Hello, everybody. Today is September 20th. It's my usual work from home day, my first day back. It's day 131 on hormones. And I just wanted to, as always I say, I'm going to make a quick video. But I wanted to just record just the experience I had about 30 minutes ago. I walked the dog around the block. And of course, I'm dressed the way I am today because I don't have to go into work. And it's one of those things like I got up this morning and grabbed a Star Wars t-shirt and my denim skirt and, sandals and whatnot. And obviously my fingernails were painted and started my day. And after I took my daughter to school and I worked and got up to a stopping point, I went for a walk with the dog, what I just said. And as I was walking around the block, I was like, it's not something as different, but I just wanted to say that what a difference having I guess what I'm feeling is the freedom to do what I want to do, which I didn't really have before. My ex-wife has moved out, obviously. She started her own life. And I am continuing my life, figure out who I am and what I want. But it was just the thought of walking around the block and coming back home and everything was cool. And I had a thought about, how there was a time when, I think I made a video and I tore up a piece of paper that, represented my time. And it was like, I don't have much time. And now I have a lot of time. I have all the time. Except when I go into work for another month or two. And then I'm going to go full time. And when I pick up my daughter from school, obviously. But it's one of those things. It used to be. And I still have the plans. As I had said before, usually if I do multiple videos on a day or whatnot, I like to start off just roll out of bed. I know that if I put on makeup and whatnot, it helps with the illusion of being feminine or whatnot. I just want you to see what I look like, without anything on. Just to see, okay, well that's where she's at day 131, after 131 days of hormones. And 5 laser sessions, I might add. But what I was thinking was, there was a time when I would have to drop off my daughter and then come home and I could change my clothes and put on makeup or whatnot. And I would have 3 hours to myself, still interspersed with work and whatnot, and then I have to take it off, and I don't have to do that anymore. And just the difference of rolling out of bed and whatever I want to do. If I want to put on makeup, I can. If I want to wear high heel shoes, I can. I wear flats most of the time, but it's one of those things. I have the option of doing that if I want to. And I'm thankful for that opportunity. And I wouldn't have gotten to where I am today if I hadn't passed through what I needed to before, which is kind of obvious, but again, things are happening, things are going. Last night when I went to bed and I took off my shirt and I was reaching for my pajamas and whatnot, you look in the mirror and I'm sitting there I'm going, damn, the top of your breasts are coming in. I had mentioned before, you get those breast, they're not seeds, they're not breast knots. Oh, whatever they are, kind of like hard nodules and breast buds. That's it, breast buds. And then, for me, it was like the undergrowth. And now I feel like it's the overgrowth. It's the top, the breast is becoming tear-shaped, as opposed to a little dome. And that's good news for going full time, because it's like, hey, I'll actually have breasts and look more feminine. It's also scary in that, hey, I'll have more breasts and look more feminine. I can't hide it as much. Not that I want to hide it, but it's a period that, like I said yesterday, it's a period of transition. Obviously, and there, I don't know, small steps. But the main focus of this video was just the notion of, the freedom of getting up and doing what I want to do, and I don't have to. If I don't want to, I can wear shorts and a t-shirt. I don't. I'll wear a skirt and a t-shirt, but everyone has their style. And real quick, another story, while I'm kind of rambling on. When I went to I don't think it was Southern Comfort Convention. It might have been. It was in Atlanta. It was the Tri-S meeting. I think it was the Southern Comfort, though. Maybe it was my first Southern Comfort, the only one I've been to. And hang on, I gotta shape my mouse. And you see, as is the spectrum of cross-dressing and transvestism and transsexual whatever. I noticed that you have what I'll call the drag queens, but they're not really drag queens, but it's that what I think used to be transvestism to a degree, a hyper feminine, which again doesn't necessarily mean transvestism, but hyper feminine. To present, I have to wear a dress with stiletto heels and makeup and earrings and everything else. And it's such an attention grabbing, like the person walks into the room and they make an entrance. It's like Lady Gaga shows up at McDonald's, But I noticed at that convention there was one girl, one trans woman, who didn't do that. She wore a t-shirt. And I think she had like jeans on or something and sneakers. And your radar said, okay, this is a trans person, but they were stealthily in the background. They were not drawing attention to themselves. And that was something that it's in my head, as a wallflower, I don't want to draw attention to myself. So, I choose where I'm at right now. Obviously, this is it. This is as far as I want to go. And I think my mom, when she was here, she gave me like a bracelet to wear, and we talked about pendants and whatnot and jewelry. And it was one of those things, it's like, it's not in my personality anyway. I'm not a big fan of metal. I could maybe get like a wooden pendant, maybe, if there's something significant. But we all have our own style, and again, we will see where I end up on the spectrum. But I guess the point that I would get across to myself and anyone else is that everyone has their own style, and along that spectrum of gender and presentation, my second or third therapist I saw when I was in Atlanta, maybe it was Florida. Well, that's jumping ahead. In Florida, actually, was when I was on hormones the first time. She was convinced that if you were transgender, you had to do the whole, it was a persona, like makeup and earrings and whatever. And, I felt somewhat challenged, and I was like, but that's not who I am. And the more that I go along this process, that's who I am. And maybe I had some misconceptions before that maybe were not true. And now I'm finding out, again, my own style and whatnot. So, anyway, so that's day. I wanted to do something with my voice, too, because I felt like I'm trying to get more into my throat, talking with my throat, because that allows me to project my voice when I need to. But I also, if I really wanted to, I need to get that little sing-song, in my voice. But you know what? fuck them all, you know? You be yourself. I can say that at 45, 46 years old. And I didn't feel that way when I was on hormones in my 20s. But now that I'm in my 40s, you know, fuck them all, man. You don't like the way I talk, you know? But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Give me the strength to talk this way all the time. That is the challenge. Anyway, this is it. I'm going to go get back to work in a minute. And I just wanted to make, as I say, I always say my quick video, just my thought. I thought it was neat walking around the block and just being yourself. And, you know, I couldn't have done that before in the environment that I was in. And that's nothing negative against my ex-wife. You know, she had an expectation of who I was that was wrong, and she couldn't handle me as myself here today or the person that I'm going to be in the future. So there's no negativity, there's no hostility. It's just a recognizing that, you know, again, what, you know, how, can you hear my voice? I almost dropped. Just recognizing the difference. And, you know, life, I don't think was meant to be a struggle. I think, you know, there are some obstacles, obviously. But, you know, every day's a gift, as they say. All right. That's it for today. Bye-bye. Good luck to you. Good luck to you in all that you do. Climb every mountain, blah, blah, blah. All right, bye-bye.